the creator of the universe, for preserving our existence and bringing us so that we can be here with you live this evening. Yes, it is Wednesday and it is 1 minute past 8. It's rainy, overcast in Trinidad and Tobago, in the Caribbean. So we welcome you to the show Beyond 2021. It's a show that we deal with advanced technology, innovation, cryptocurrency, and the blockchain technology. Yes, that revolutionary technology, which is like the internet of the internet. So we welcome you one and all wherever you are this evening. And we also welcome our guests. We have to say they are guests here like for a month. Emerald Consultants in the One Ecosystem Network, Donna and Chris Samal Singh, and also my co-host, Mr. Cadies, Mr. Dwayne Cadies. Welcome, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome to the show Beyond 2021. Your opening remarks. Thank you.
Ladies
Well,
first.
we want to thank you guys. Sorry, Mr. Cadiz. Go
Yes.
ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Donna. Go ahead,
Let's
Donna.
start. Let's start. Good evening, everyone. We are here once
Good evening.
again,
Good evening.
beyond
Yes.
2021. We are sharing the things about finance with you and much, 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 much more. Dwayne, what do you think?
What I think, what I want to say is,
Yes,
are you positioned? Are you positioned for this new digital revolution that's going down? To our
that's
listeners,
right.
to our
I am
friends.
Yes.
positioned.
You also,
Yep.
I suppose the viewers now, first of all, I want to apologize because we have some technology problems at our end. So we forced to
Mhm.
use the phone. So I hope that we're being well received through the phone. All right, nobody would use our laptop. Um, I understand that the name of the topic for this evening pertains to whether having multiple streams of income, whether that is a luxury or whether it is essential.
Essential, definitely essential. It's like a deputy.
All right, I'm glad she said that. I like that.
Mhm.
That is why I marry her because she agreed that a deputy is essential. Right?
Yeah.
No.
But so, but the thing is, the thing is that you know, when I went to the States and I see a number of persons, especially from the Caribbean, going across there, and whilst living here, you take time to line because we're in a kind of paradise. But when you go abroad, the same people who work in one job here and linemen and saying, when they go up there, it's 3 jobs they're holding on. Three
Mm.
jobs. And just to make ends meet. No. How come, how come those persons who doing 3 jobs, many of them doing 3 jobs, and 30 years later when you talk to them, it's as if you wonder, boy, why they really leave Trinidad for? Why didn't they just stay here? So it's not, to me clearly the answer is not the number of jobs that you have that makes the way for you. It's how you make those hours count. All right? And you now could
Yes,
make those hours
correct.
bring a lifestyle where you're just paying off bills, or you could bring your dreams into play. That's what we could say, plain and simple.
Is it only how you make the hours count, or would you also be looking at how you make your money work for you? Because I mean, you're getting money
Make
and you just paying bills.
key.
It's not making your money work. Multiple streams of income. Is it a luxury or a necessity? If you're getting multiple streams of income as the people abroad might be doing 3 jobs, how then are you making that money work? Is it just going to pay bills, going to the bank, or you know,
Right,
isn't it more than just doing the job and managing your money?
right. Before I answer
Mhm.
that question, I think it only fair since we have been here, I think you all said it's for the month of June. I think we kind of become a little more impersonal now with our listeners, so they kind of get to know us. Well, maybe let me share a little something about me so you all could understand that what I'm talking about is not that you have to be in a prestigious place before you think like this. All right? So let you get to understand a little bit about me. and my wife right here, so she could always attest to if I go on off course, right? When I left school, I got into banking. The first bank I worked with was about a few years, and wasn't many years. I think it was 4 years. And a guy from a manager from another bank came across for a loan, dealt with me. He found the service I provided was good, and he said, "Why don't you come across by our bank, a competing bank?" So I said, "Well, no problem. Let me hear. I mean, why I living here where I'm doing well?" So when he showed me the figure, I said, "All right, brother, I'll buy you all." So I went across. After some years, guess what? I and administration had problems because the policies that bank had in place, especially one of the main policies, I ran into problems with. And I said, "Listen, I do agree with it, and if you all go down that road, I could see problems." I went and I shared it with the media because they asked my opinions. They came to me. I was not authorized to do so, but they asked me my opinion. I gave my opinion. As a result, I was dismissed from the bank. I went to the credit union movement, spent a number of years, ran into the same situation, was dismissed. Went into went to the States. My children going to school out there. Started a business there. When money started to come in, ran into some issues. I say, "You see this? I ain't staying in the States there. Let me come back." So I took out the children out to the school. So start back from scratch when I come to Trinidad. Now I into my 30s at that time. Start a company with our partner. Things going good because we don't have money coming in. So we suck and salt together. When money started pouring after about 2 years, and I told them, yes, this is the signs, and we had to prepare ourselves it. Now that money come in, let's hold it forth. Money issues cause me to go part ways with the company. Guess what? When you get dismissed from about 4 different jobs, right, including what you helped set up, you know what depression is. You understand? You feel as though your worth fall real small. I remember when my wife, she alone with her little government job, having to pay all the bills, make groceries, and have nothing in the house and thing. And a day I say all I could do, which I never did before, they had some charity where people who homeless and thing to receive groceries. I line up there. You understand? I felt real bad because people who know me know that I ain't homeless. You understand? But all I knew is that I wanted to help out to get some groceries. So when I come home, when I home now, I feeling real bad, water running down my eyes. You understand? And my wife come home and hugging me up and telling me I'm a hero. You know, so the thing is that despite all that, I always have been dreaming and telling her one day it's going to happen, and this is how it's going to be happening. So why I'm telling you all this, guys? Having multiple streams of income is one thing, but if you do not have a reason what the career from here to there, you must see in the future, the there, what the picture is. And I find maybe God like to probably is a prankster. I feel so. He like to throw challenges at you and say, "Let me see how badly you really want this thing." And most of us is caving under the pressure, right? I just chose. I ain't saying that I get in there. Sorry, that I get there, but I know I get in there, right? And as it is, have to continue dreaming and hold on to a plan. It don't have to be the perfect plan, just a good plan. Just a good plan, but it must be a way to get where you want to go, not just to pay bills. Look, my wife here, she could always tell you if I went off course, if I said anything wrong, or it's not so, right? But I believe strongly, before you could start to think about having multiple streams of income, you must have that reason why you want them streams of income and where it must carry you to.
Right? So you must lay down just what you want. Don't worry about your circumstances around here this time. It's where you want to go.
So your why must be bigger. You must have a really big why to keep you on course. You can't just say, well, maybe if no, your why must be written down. It must be established. This is why I am doing what I am doing.
Your why must be bigger than your circumstances.
That's right.
Plain and simple. All right. And if once you understand that out there, you know something, your toil becomes one with purpose, right? You know why I say toil? Because working two jobs at a time or trying to operate two different ends is going to stretch from you. It's going to take you a stretch. However, I want to mention to persons understand something. And I suppose we're going to touch about that more as we go on. The jobs that you're doing
Yes.
now, your 8 to 5 job, is important, but it's important enough to meet the bills. You
Right, so
need
Cliff,
to find something
we just
that takes
we
you
just
from
want
the
to
6
hold.
o'clock to the about 9, 10 o'clock in the night, at least twice a week. At least twice a
Yeah.
week. You know why? That is what feeds your dream. That is the one
Okay,
that is going
Cliff.
to carry you to where you want
Right.
to go. Eventually, you could leave
Right.
that job you have from 8 to 5, when that income from the 6 to 10 overhauls that first job. Right? Dwayne, I know I see you
Okay.
revving up and think I get
Cliff.
itching to say something.
Yeah.
Let's
Cliff,
take a
wait.
Oh, we
break
got to
and
go
come
to a
back.
break. All right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
We're going to a
So
break.
you're going to rev up on
We're
me in
going
the
to break.
next break then.
Sure.
Yes.
All right?
Right. So let's hold it right there. We're going for a break.
You're not
Right.
here.
Stay
Are they
seated.
hearing us?
We are coming right back. Right back to you.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the One Life Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that would help shape your world and your future, but better and greater than that. In our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One Life for More Life, One Academy. Join the financial revolution.
Yeah, mute the laptop. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Beyond 2021, the show where we bring to you information, education, inspiration. We are adding value to the lives of millions and millions of people across the world. The One ecosystem is a big project, and we want you on it. We want you to understand it. We want you to position yourselves and profit from it, because we are going through a lot of stuff right now in our beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of trouble is ahead of us in the world. So we are discussing the topic today, multiple streams of income. Is it a luxury or is it a necessity? And Cliff was elucidating, he was commenting, he was giving you a little of his experience as to how things were in his past, and Mr. Dwayne was about to jump in. So let's welcome back to the discussion on whether multiple streams of income is a necessity or a luxury. Dwayne?
Yes, and Cliff and Donna got to the point where they were telling us that, listen, your why has to be bigger than your circumstance in order to make that
Yes.
mental transition. And I can very well understand that, especially within the last 12 months. I have had to get my why bigger than my current circumstance in order to maneuver a lot of the pitfalls that life can throw at us. And one of the key things that we need to pay attention is on the lessons that life is teaching to us. Now, when you're going through, mind you, it's very difficult to understand that. However, there has to be some time within that experience that we pull ourselves out of our existence, step aside, and really do some deep evaluation. and understand and even ask ourselves, why is it that we are experiencing some of the things that we are experiencing? I'll do something. Sometimes it's really because of your desire. You have a desire to get better. You have a desire to leave a legacy for your children. You have a desire to start a business. And you might be the first person within your entire generation to do so, right? And what you need to understand is that you are breaking free of so many things that held back people that lived before you, that came before you in the generations. So you're actually changing the course, actually moving out of your comfort zone, and you're getting into a place now where you don't know if this project is going to be successful or not. You don't know if this business is going to be successful or not. But one thing you do know is that you have the drive and you have the passion. And it brings us to the point now where Cliff and Donna were talking about the adrenaline, that adrenaline rush that gives you youth, that gives you a drive to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So, Cliff and Donna, I know you could elaborate a little more on that for us.
You know, Dwayne, as you were speaking, I am thinking, I remember when I was home in my mother's house, leave school, started to work, and I'm there saving money in the bank and feeling so proud. So every time I get paid, I take a little thing and I put it in the bank. But you know what it was doing in the bank? Just sitting there. The interest it was making was not much. Eventually, expenses came because I grew, wanted to get married, you had children, things were happening in my life. And the things that were happening in my life brought greater financial increase or expenses to me and my family at that time. And I realized that the bank account, which was sitting there, started to dwindle, which I think is the norm with everybody. Most people, once you save it in a bank, it's not doing much, they're getting a very, 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 very little bit of interest. And then I realized I should be doing something more. My husband said to me, you have to put aside money to make it work for you. You have to do something different. And I realized multiple streams of income, it's not a luxury, it's a must. In order for you to meet today's growing expenses, the financial world in which we live in, you have to come up with more than just a one job salary. But then, does that mean that you're going to do 20 jobs? I think there has to be a smarter way than that. What you guys think? There has to be a smarter way than that. Don't tell me I don't go out there and work five jobs and drop down while doing it. Because this by the time you finish the whole day just going and working, there must be a smarter way. So fellas, talk to me.
I think I heard Dwayne say something about just now about dreams give you a sort of adrenaline rush or something like that.
That was nice to say.
That is exactly it. People don't understand. The adrenaline rush keeps you youthful. It adds to your health. Listen, the mere fact that you have something to stretch for. When people go to do yoga, what do you do in yoga? Stretching exercises and breathing exercise. What do breathing exercises do? It's to stretch your diaphragm, right? Now with dreams, you're stretching your mind. And most of us don't realize that the brain is almost like a muscle. The more you give it, the more work you give it, and the more you feed it, is the more healthy it is the more, and I know Brother Noel could attest to that. You understand?
Yes.
And you get an adrenaline burst, and if you feel that dreaming is hard, you know what harder? Not dreaming. That harder. Staying in your same surroundings going on. I remember during a hardship, I used to carry Donna because she likes nice model homes. So we used to drive through luxury neighborhoods and watch homes and say, all right, which one you like? This one, and there's the landscape and so on. And we couldn't have 2 cents to add together.
But don't forget you like luxury cars. So you used to go and all those car places and come to the
Exactly. When last will you take a look at the Rolls Royce Phantom? Right? I remember showing Donna that day, and when Donna heard the price, which at the time was the guy told me was $4 million. Donna turned around and say, "What? You know how much groceries I could get with that?" Well, the man gave X one time. Right? No, no, I felt bad. I just bow my head. I walk off. I tell the man, sorry. She just do no better.
Yeah,
You
because my
understand?
thinking was there.
Right.
I wouldn't spend that on a vehicle. But if you have money, you have options. So you can make a different choice. If your dreams are important to you and you say you want a Land Rover or Range Rover or whatever, when money comes in, you have options.
You know what get vexed with people for? When they say, boy, you don't know my circumstances now. You want me to dream out of this? I watch people who buy some brand new vehicles. Edwin, people who buy brand new vehicles. And
Yes.
sometimes the records have to come and pull
Yeah.
them up. Right. So what the people and them they
Yeah.
say? You see me, I want a next new vehicle. I'm going and buy a 5-year-old vehicle that was working and I know that one was working, so it will work. No, they don't do that. They decide they have to fix up that dream vehicle that they have or replace it with another dream vehicle and keep
Mhm.
aspiring further. You don't give up
Mhm.
because it gets some little lash and thing. Nah, you can't do that. You understand? So dreaming is important,
That,
and
that sounds like
without the
classic
dream,
rich dad for that. Yeah, Cliff.
the way you're saying, that sounds like classic one.
As I'm saying, it sounds like a classic case of rich dad poor dad syndrome perspective. One would
So
ask the
true.
question, or one would say that I can't afford it, and the other one would challenge himself and say, how can I afford it?
How can I? That's right, Dwayne.
So
That's right. That is so true.
Eh,
pushing
eh,
yourself out of that comfort zone, just accepting life for what it hands you, and you're going after what you want.
right. So, like a lot
Wait.
of rich people, a lot of persons see young rich people having riches, and they tell themselves, "You see how lucky he is that the family, because of the family born into it." It's not so much so. That more than
Mhm.
likely that generation has been passed on certain lessons that the generation who got the wealth, right? And let me tell you something, very often, very, very often, I'm saying in all cases, those same rich persons have to be assured by the children that they deserve to have the wealth. I have known of persons who fired a son who was running a particular part in the company, and the son could not meet the performance standards that was expected. You understand? So, yes, here's my son. I fire you as a businessman, not as my son.
Look,
Yes,
Dwayne
Dwayne.
saying that. What's up?
Uh,
Yeah.
so, rich,
So I'm
so,
wondering in the midst of the pandemic, Cliff, if
uh,
Mr. Warner, they said Mr. Warner gets up at 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm
yeah.
wondering if he's still doing that. And
I believe
these are
so.
things that a lot of people don't see these things. They don't see the sacrifices. They don't see
That's
you
right.
going to 2 and 3 jobs or utilize managing your time so that you could get the best out of 24 hours. They don't see that. But what they do see are the tangible results of those sacrifices. So they see your new car, they see your new house, they see the stability that your life has, and figure that it all happens by chance, but it's not by chance. It's effort you put into that.
And I want to make this point, if it's okay. When we talking about prosperity here now. Prosperity to me goes hand in hand with a given nature, not
Yes,
somebody who have their hand clenched, and trying to make sure they hold on to whatever they earn. No, you only get what you have because the Lord has blessed you with it. The Creator has bestowed it upon you. The only way you could make that work,
yes,
you have to show that you're willing to add value to people's lives around you. The adding value to people's lives, you must be willing to give back. You understand? But if you're poor, how are you giving back?
That's a very good question because
Right?
that's the first question people will ask you.
Right?
What I'm giving back out to the liquor that I have.
Right. But
yes,
if you really want to give back, make
You find
sure
a way.
fill yourself first
Yes,
so that you can give up yourself. Right? The only
yes,
way that you can give up yourself, you must have something inside of you. And this is what we talk about.
so,
This is byproduct of dreams, guys. Right? It don't work any other way. Right? Even when you're going and line up by the lotto man, most people that go by the lotto man don't have in the back of their mind, but if I win this money. are going and do so.
Yeah.
So they don't have a kind
Yeah.
of, no, that's not a dream, that's a fantasy. You know why it is a fantasy and not a dream?
It, yes, is that the silly thing about it is I was thinking while you talking just this. I am looking at the multiple streams of income. When people go out to work, most people sacrifice their life in doing a job. And whatever the job pays you, that is how you live. But that cannot meet today's demands. When your child is bright, brilliant, and want to go to college and want to go to school and want to become a doctor and all that kind of thing, you're going to bury that dream? No. So you have to put things in position now. You have to start a plan now. Okay, I have this job. How do I put my money to work for me? I could also do some catering maybe on the side. Okay, so that's something that may not conflict with what I'm doing. What can I do to increase my streams of income? And how can I put my money to work for me to make my money increase while I'm doing going through those things?
I
Yes,
told
Amen.
people in a program previously that the most valuable real estate around is the grave
Hmm.
because most people's dreams are buried with them.
Yep, that
yes,
was sad. It was sad.
Good for
Time
the
up.
Right?
time.
We need to go for a break.
yes, so,
Yes,
yes.
we're going
We
for a
have to
break.
step
We'll
in
be
right
right
here.
back.
Right. When we come back, we'll be continuing the discussion on the multiple streams of income, but it is a necessity or a luxury. Let's take a break right now.
This is
Full 100.
an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then
Get Full 100.
fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
Get started now, now, now.
Get started with your One Academy package. Get started with your starter package. It's only $1,600 TT. Get your financial education from the One Academy. Although it's a beginner package, the information you're going to get from your One Academy starter package, you would have more knowledge than 90% of the world's population on finance for just $1,600 TT. Let's create a revolution. Let's spread the epidemic of our One Academy, One Life. Get it today.
So welcome back to our viewers and our listeners. And what we're dealing with this evening is about change management. We know that things are changing. We know that there are major changes happening in the world of finance. And we are having that practical conversation with you guys this evening to highlight to you what is happening, to understand that the financial shift is taking place and you need to be educated about what's happening. So we are definitely promoting our ecosystem to you for you to have a greater understanding of what's happening. So my co-host, Brother Noel, is here. We have Mr. and Mrs. Cliff and Donna Samlal Singh. They're on board with us. And of course, we are all participating in this whole digital revolution. They spoke to the fact that they are using their cell phones right now to communicate with us. And of course, the cell phone is the common denominator to all persons here. Cliff and Donna, Brother Noel.
Yep,
It's all right.
yep.
Right. That brings us back into perspective now with the one ecosystem, the digital revolution, and us being able to manage that change. So, Brother Noel, you've been very quiet for this evening's program. So we wanna bring you on in here now to express to the viewers how they need to manage this change that's happening with the digital revolution.
You have often heard this saying that necessity is the mother of invention. And that is true because, life is really a struggle, right? Life is all about sustaining oneself, preserving oneself. And in order to do that, you have to acquire wealth. You have to acquire money to do so. But what precedes that is even education because you need to understand life skills. Because where are you employed? You have to use life skills. It may be operating a computer. It may be doing some kind of data processing. It could be a mechanical work, a mason work. It could be a lawyer, a doctor.
Yes.
We need education to have life skills so that we can exchange goods and services. We can barter, so to speak, even though it is represented by the dollar, the paper dollar, right? And we have to get this information in our heads. We have to get these skills in our heads. And so to satisfy the needs that we have basic needs of clothing, basic needs of housing, basic needs of foods and so on. The only way we can get it on this planet Earth is by exchanging, all right?
Yes.
So we have reached the point where money has become digital. What we are saying to people, what is a necessity to you, is like a luxury to somebody else, right? They have attained in the world already, and what they are enjoying, multiple streams of income is really a luxury to them. But to you, you have to fight and struggle, and you have to have many different ways to acquire wealth to sustain yourself. So now we have reached a point where it is so terrible on the earth with mass unemployment, underemployment, contract labor, temporary labor. It is extremely difficult. We hear of talks of layoff among by the thousands, down to the taxi driver on the street, is experiencing difficulty. The pensioners are now complaining. So what we have to do, again, it comes back to education. In a time of crisis, there is opportunity. You have to use your mind with the power of God. You have to become innovative. You have to be creative and position
That's
yourself
right.
in a space where you get the necessary education so that you can earn wealth, even in this time of crisis. So this is where our one ecosystem and the cryptocurrency comes in because we are in this digital space right now. And if you position yourself now, early in the game, in the early adaptive stage, you can truly secure a great amount of wealth and so to protect your family. So we're not telling you to give up your job. We're not telling you to hold on six and seven jobs. What we are saying is think carefully, analyze, and position yourself and get this information because this information is what is going to position you to truly create wealth. Yes?
True,
I like,
true.
I want to just
Yeah.
make a point here. Brother Noel, what you were saying was, talking
Yeah.
about skills. And while you're saying it, I'm thinking of awareness skills, life skills, looking and seeing what is going around in the world around you. I remember we said in one of our meetings that when you see where the world is going, the successful man gets there first.
Yes.
I remember driving in a taxi as an educator going to school, and the driver is telling me a man gave him, and this is where creativity that you mentioned comes in. A man gave him some advice to a young person, and he followed it, and that is why he's successful today. He had one taxi. He did his little education, but he got a taxi, one taxi. And the man told him, every day before you do anything else, go to the bank and the first $100 you make, put it in the bank. He said, don't keep it on you because what is likely to happen is that you will spend it. He said, put it in the bank. That was years ago, right? So, of course, at that point in time, putting it in the bank had some sort of value return, right?
Not now.
Not now. However, right? However, he would go and put it in the bank. And through that process, through that creativity, he got another car. So here what was happening. He was working one and he had somebody working one for him. Then he got another
Nice.
car through using the same system and put it on the road. So you notice what was happening? He was getting multiple streams of income, but he wasn't working all three jobs. Think about it.
Correct.
When we look at what is happening in the world today with digital currency and the sort of opportunities that present itself to you, people need to start to look and think and work smart.
Listen, Dwayne, Brother
Mm-hmm.
Noel, and now, well, my wise wife talking, right?
That's on TV, but
I
on the
love
offer
that.
TV, you don't say that.
Right? I, when I was talking about this business in the past, many persons I talk to, I say, what you doing now? They tell me the job they're doing. I say, so you would like to continue working there for the next 15, 20 years? Inevitably, the answer is no. What would you like to do for the next 15, 20 years? Inevitably, the answer always seems to come around, have my own business. I say, okay, so what then is your own business? That is what they're saying is a dreamer. Guys, having your own business is not a dream. That is a plan. That is not a dream. Let me tell you why.
Ah,
Most persons,
well
whether
said.
it's a salon or whatever it is, the field is in, what you are doing is exchanging the time that you will be giving a boss to now giving that same time to a business. And sooner or later, if you don't find a way to have another business established and a way, what you have to find is a system that can work those businesses
Scary.
in your absence. But most business people don't look at it that way. They feel they have to be there for the staff to work. They feel they have to be there to make sure they keep their eyes and there are no teeth in and that kind. You need to have a system in place. You need to find a way where your mommy money could go outside there and make some baby money for you. Right? Your money had to work for you. You can, yes, sir. The man
Jump,
with
I
jump
love.
in, hop
the
in, man.
Well,
Hop in, hop in. Bring the
you get me
conversation.
excited when you start to talk about business, right? Because I one of the things I love is business. And when you're
Oh,
talking
God.
about the one ecosystem, we all need to understand that we have a business that exists inside of a business, right? So we're in the
Well,
real life community.
Yes,
We're in the One Life community. One, that is a community that we all have a common agreement on about money. What is money and what represents value? Two
that's right.
is that in that community, we have a platform comprised of those same members that are adding value by presenting either goods or services, right? For part payment or full payment of 100% cryptocurrency, right? Added to that, because of the sheer numbers of us all across the globe in every country of the world, we have a tendency to benefit from the productivity of everyone in the network. So whether someone just bought a package, whether someone just made a purchase on the Deal Shaker platform, whether someone just put something up for sale on the platform, we all benefit from that economic activity. And these are some of the things that John Public needs to know, right? Because they have us classified as pyramid, they have us classified as Ponzi, but they're missing the third P, productivity,
That's
right?
right.
And that's why the end is important.
I
Yeah,
love that.
Dwayne,
productivity.
yeah.
I love that.
Dwayne,
I
Dwayne,
love
you
that.
will need me on the program tonight, you know. Yeah,
Anyway,
Wax in, wax
yeah, you
in.
will need me
Conversation
because
nice.
I
I
was
love
going
it.
to
I
then
love it.
say after traditional business more than likely will make you a prisoner.
of course.
Cryptocurrency is the way now. You want to
Yes.
find a different lifestyle, cryptocurrency is the way.
That's the flow.
However,
That's it.
however, I was going to say our ecosystem operates within the cryptocurrency sphere where the way forward is.
Yes.
But not only that, we provided the knowledge to you when you come on board
That's
to
right.
know how to operate.
That's
Is
right.
a lot, unlike
That's
so
correct.
many other areas. When you get into cryptocurrency, you're kind of groping in the dark. You hear it have a good thing, you know, but you really don't know which way to go. At least here
Mhm.
now, the brain went in and gave you a sort of overview there. You understand?
Beautiful overview, Dwayne.
Yeah.
That was
But
nice.
the thing is that persons then going to still say at the end, but so what about what are familiar with? I'm not telling you to turn your back on it, you know.
Thank
All I'm
you.
telling you is take a look at what we have here together with what you're doing, and then wait.
So let's take a break. It's a good time to take a break and drink some water. Sip and chat with us and come and experience good things.
Yes, one life.
It's a story of an idea, story of a dream. It's all about belief, the right vision, and progress. It's a story of a lifetime that reminds us about the past and draws the future. Looking backward at the efforts and the achievements. It's all about the challenges and the difficulties, about people's efforts to bring you down. But being strong and brave doesn't mean not to fall down. It means to rise after that and keep walking even more confidently. Because you were born special. It's about the hard work, the sleepless nights, and the success. About the extra mile. It's all about the new One Era and about you. Because you are the one. Presenting the rise of one ecosystem. (16th to the 18th of July 2021). Plovdiv, Bulgaria.
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, the healing is from God.
Good day all, my name is King Jayms, part of the One Life Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future. But better and greater than that, in our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One life for more life. One academy. Join the financial revolution.
All right, and we're back. What a wonderful and awesome time we are having. While we discuss finances, and dreams, I want to tell you something. I remember when we were doing renovations in our home, I would sit for days drawing this and putting this together and trying to move a wall and deciding which way you want your bathroom and your bedroom. Cliff might say that was a plan, but that was my dream. All right, that was my dream. I wanted to see the outcome and you know something, he's right. It kept the adrenaline pumping. It kept me going. It kept me looking forward. You know what right now my business, this one community is doing for me? It is keeping me pumping, keeping me young, keeping me looking forward to each day because there's a purpose. You could help more people. You could reach out to do things and tell people, listen, things in the world, around the world is changing, and that is because of the education this business offers. Because of the education, I am able to look around and say, but wait, what is happening? Digital currency. I am learning things about the phone, the computer, digital. We are in a digital world. But are you going to stay in another world? Because your Me Too will stop working while everybody else moves on with another type of phone. It's the same thing. It's a similar thinking.
Let me say something, yeah? We already established that is a non-issue about whether you must find some area that provides what you call residual income, something that providing money for you when you are not directly operating it.
But I can go shopping.
Right? Well, part of it, when you start to get you be successful, you want to keep away certain information, withhold information. But anyhow, the thing is that you need to have residual income with your dream building. They go hand in hand. However, there's one more component you have to include in that. You have to include timeline. That, to me, that is what makes things real nice. Right? My wife just tells me sometimes I like to live on the edge. So you set a goal and you say for a certain time, maybe 12 months or 18 months down the road. And your plan is to achieve something by that time. No, it's not cast in stone, but it gives you something to aim for. How the saying goes, aim for the sky, and if you
fall on a cloud, you're all right.
Right, if you fall short, you land on a cloud or something. So, I think that's what they say.
Yeah.
This way you're doing, why you feel you come up with statements like that here? We cannot be getting up in the mornings, well, when times get back normal, jump in the vehicle, take the same route down the road, get to work, come back. And do you know that kind of lifestyle shows that over 70% of your life is lived within a 10-mile radius? Imagine 70% of your life is operating within a 10-mile radius of where you live, because more than likely your job is about 10 miles away. All right, okay. So let's say we get like 30 miles. So your world is just 30 miles of your home either direction. That is what you want your world to be? Seriously?
Wow.
No, and again, you jump on a flight to get to Tobago. To what? You're so tired and drained now, you can't even enjoy the children and them. Oh God, well, give me a chance now. I just need to.
More than that, I want to ask you something. Just put up in a minute. Do you think the wealthy people just have one business? They are doing so many things.
Right.
Somebody who may have a store, they have something else happening somewhere, they have quiet money going someplace else. Multiple streams of income come to them, and in the digital world today, they are there before.
That is the solution.
They are there
And
before.
Dwayne went into our one ecosystem,
Productivity, I like what
which
you said.
provides
The
that,
messy last
that
thing.
residual income that you could want, which provides a community of persons who can help you to dream, right? Because
Yes.
I ain't lying to you, this to us is a big factor for us,
That's right.
for both of us. All right. So if you don't know how to dream, join us, go teach you how to dream. Yeah,
True.
right. So it is real important that you come on board so you could get saved. You know, you just go to the church to get the pastor to bless you so you can be saved. Well, here we're going on. Guys,
Financially
we
saved.
providing financial saving here.
That's right.
That's what the ecosystem is about. We're going to show you the cryptocurrency arena, despite what people try to do to fight it down, because the bankers and them know that the money that they want to enjoy at our expense, cryptocurrency now has come around to try to help persons who didn't have to find a way to be able to get. But you have to understand it.
I love to coin the phrase that is used by a friend of ours called me. He says the arc of financial safety. You can't stay outside on what's happening in the world of digital and cryptocurrency. Dwayne, you would agree with that? It's the arc of financial safety, right? So you have to come and don't let the rain. That's right, don't let it flood, and you staying outside floating and saying, I wonder if, when you think about that, no, don't ask so many questions. Do your diligence research, figure it out, find out for yourself what are the wealthy persons in this world doing today, and then what should I be doing?
Boy, I listen. I really want to applaud persons who go around trying to convince people that their surroundings and they could do better, and those same people. I mean, I suppose it happened to the Christ because the people who crucify him is the same people he went and tried to save. So I suppose when you go and you try to educate persons and try to help them, and they kind of rebuke what you're saying.
The messenger get shoot.
Right, so then I had to tell myself, boy, I like Christ then. I take it looks like him. But at the end of the day, I ain't gonna have that kind of strength like Christ. So this is why we begging persons to take a look at what we're talking about our ecosystem. We ain't telling you to come and cash out all your savings in the bank, but cash out almost all. And come on. No, listen. The thing is that your savings that you're going to have in the bank and so on going to be eroded. It have a number of persons who telling you, financial experts too, telling you that there's an economic crash that is heading our way globally.
They have to look for stable investment, stable things.
So don't feel that Tobago is such a paradise that we in Trinidad could run to Tobago to get away from when that global crash comes. No, it's affecting every country globally. Right?
Correct.
And what is going to be a way to get around that? Having a common currency that has an understanding amongst its users as to why it has value. You understand? You hear what I'm saying? You hear Dwayne talk about productivity. Productivity gives it its value. But you can't just stay on the outside and say, but I don't understand it. How you going to know how a new car is drive unless you sit down inside the car? When you sit down inside the car and you sit down in the leather seats and you smell that leather, right? And you're going out and you start to drive and you see all of a sudden it have a big hole and you're going to drive real slow because your old car, if you're driving it, you might cause a bearing to drop out. No, but with the new car now, you're going through the big hole. The only way you could understand that, I could tell you about it, basically now get the picture unless you come and drive in that new car. Come into our ecosystem and experience what we're talking about. Donna and I could talk about it, Dwayne and Brother Noel and whoever else.
It's a whole new world. It's like
when you get to understand what it could do for you. It isn't doing for you as yet, I'm telling you. It isn't doing for you fully as yet. But it gets in there. It has more potential than what this system has to offer.
That's another piece. Potential, and Dwayne? Productivity potential. Where's it, Dwayne?
Yeah. That's what we're about. That's what we're about. I know it's close to wrap up closing comments. So my closing comments to viewers and listeners. My closing comments to viewers and listeners this evening is join a community that can do something for you. Right now, there are several networks. There's the banking network. There's the telecommunications network. There are the educational networks. There are several networks at work in and around the globe. But how many of those are creating value for you? Please, I admonish you, please join a community that will benefit you in the end. Because as Cliff said before, it begins with you. If you aren't right, then you can't help others to be right. If you aren't whole, you can't bring wholeness to anyone. So save yourself first. Join a community. Join the One Life community.
Right? Yes, sir.
Well said.
Well said. Yes. What could I say after doing talk like that? Right? What could we say again? What words could we have said tonight to add to make you understand that this has something of worth and of value to you? I don't know. All we did is just come and share our experiences during the month. We have just tried to be real with persons, to be to let you know that, hey, I am not in a perfect world and I am not a perfect being. However, I am saying that I want my children, when I leave here, to be in a better place than when they first came and met me. You understand? And if you guys are not, if you guys are already in such a situation, then probably you're full, right? But how many of us like that? Because statistics don't show already that the disparity between middle class, between the rich and the poor is widening. So it doesn't have a much of a middle class.
So I want to just simply add, your why must be bigger than your circumstances so that your dreams can come alive. Don't let anybody tell you that it can't happen. And don't let yourself tell yourself it can't happen. Multiple streams of income is not a luxury, it's a must. So find those systems, that income. Come into our ecosystem and let's walk this journey to a better financial future.
Yep.
Amen.
We have, I think,
okay, so
August of emancipation there. Start your emancipation now. Start your emancipation. Financial emancipation is right here.
All right, so that's going to be it, folks. That's it for this evening. Right, we thank you very much for being here. We wish that you'll come again next week to view the show Beyond 2021. Have a good night. Thank you very much for being here with us. God richly bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.
One ecosystem, you know them. We not frightened for nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So we will run with anybody. No fear, no better than we. No kind, no better than we. Step on me one and say, one ecosystem to the world you say. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not talking. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not bag of chasing. Aye.